another level. And Firouzja with the white pieces against Hans Niemann. Now these two, I think they last played each other in the Sinkfield Cup. And I can remember that game where Hans Niemann sacrificed a piece.
Yeah, quite a famous game. This great interview with Hans, just explaining the sacrifices. And yeah, what are your predictions in this game, Jovanka? Tough one to call, both players in form.
Yeah, it is definitely a tough one to call, but judging from Firouzja's smile there, I'm thinking he feels confident, and a confident Firouzja is definitely scary.
Yeah. Did you enjoy his interview yesterday? He was so honest about his sleeping patterns.
Yeah. I mean, you rarely get someone going, well, I wake up, I eat, I sleep, I play chess. That's all I do. And well, he did actually say that he seems to invariably wake up at 9 a.m. But, of course, the clocks went backwards. He'll have that extra hour. Do you think having that extra hour will have kind of put the players off their rhythm, or do you think this is just a wonderful thing? Because I can tell you, I woke up at 6:30 this morning and I felt happy, and I didn't understand why I felt so happy at waking up at 6:30. And then over breakfast, someone told me, oh, you got an extra hour.
But actually, yeah, for Firouzja, if he's always waking up at 9, that today would have meant he woke up at 8.
And Niemann.
Okay, that this game has taken a pause already. We're just 3 moves in here as well. It's Black's third move right now, and Hans Niemann's already invested over 5 minutes. Just to show how this game began, it started life as a Reti. Reti opening with the knight coming to f3, first move. Very flexible from Firouzja. He's played a Catalan already this tournament. The Catalan can be transposed to later if you put pawns on c4 and d4. Hans Niemann, he replies with e6. It's a stylistic thing. There's other ways to set up, of course, because white is flexible. That means black is too. You can play g6, you can play b6, b5, c5. He chooses the solid e6. He's heading back into those dreaded Catalan waters, Jovanka.
Yeah, and well, there is one advantage of white's move order, is that if you were to go bishop e7, and so okay, after castles, bishop e7, and if we do see the moves like c4, well, black can actually play d4, that's very sharp, but I was going to say also, if black decides to castle, then you transpose into a fixed line of the Catalan, as opposed to when you immediately play the Catalan, you're going to have to deal with bishop check to b4, and maybe other lines involving an early pawn takes pawn.
Yeah, actually, one of my secrets is that I always try and get this move order just to cut out all of that theory, just because my memory isn't so great, just to cut out some homework there. But as you mentioned, it does give black some options. For example, d4 in this position. If white starts with d4, then black has moves like b5.
Yeah.
And there's always move order nuances at this top level. It's all about mind games, getting yourself into something that you're familiar with, but tricking your opponent, getting them out of their comfort zone. times for MVL. But in the meantime, Jovanka, this mammoth game, this kind of clash of the tacticians, was a draw, and we see the piece twiddling from Hans Niemann as they discuss the ins and outs of that mess.
We've never had a camera angle like that before in the history of chess, right?
He needs to take lessons from Boris Gelfand, the great of piece twiddling.
Yeah. And it would be nice to hear what they're saying, actually.
I wonder if we're able to get hold of that a bit later. Microphones were available at the Nakamura board a bit earlier, and interesting battle between these two, and ultimately just no way through. Niemann on the brink, not close enough though.
Yeah. But can we do a quick recap of that kind of wild moment where things could have gone Hans' way?
Yeah, Hans actually did have one winning move in the position a bit earlier. I will try to find it. It was at this moment, queen takes d7. Very understandably, he planted his rook on the second rank, rook e2, and after bishop takes c6, the game eventually fizzled out. White had to sacrifice material, but eliminated this pawn and the drawn endgame ultimately. But if Hans Niemann had added his remaining rook into the attack with rook to e8, there would have been no stopping him. Rook to e1, a deadly threat, and unfortunately for White, a move such as queen to e2 would now mean with rook e2 with a gain of tempo. You pretty much get the same thing, but just a quicker version.
High-class move there. But what a crazy position, and what a crazy game these two treated us to. Full of fireworks.